Okay, I'd like to thank everybody for checking in. So today's conversation is going to be with my man Ricky. How you doing, Ricky?
How you doing? How you doing?
All right, so RBL Real Bread Life. You catch us everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is Breadville. Facebook is Real Bread Life with two E's. Instagram is Real Bread Life, and YouTube is Real Bread Life as well. Live on Thursday, 6:15. And if you have any questions about the bread business, if you want to get interviewed, or if you just want to share some commentary or give us your perspective, you can reach out at jugg@realbreadlife.com. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. It's jugg@realbreadlife.com, and we welcome all engagement as it relates to independent operation, because that's the business we're in. So I got my man Ricky with me here today, and what we're going to do is, we had a question from a viewer that asked if we could break down a settlement. And I want to thank Ricky for sharing with us, because this is one of his actual settlements from some time in the past. And what we're going to do is, he's going to go over in detail from top to bottom and just share a little bit of how it works and what it's all about. Again, everyone's reading, understanding, and breakdown of their settlements is a little different, but the numbers are the numbers. That's what I can say. The numbers are the numbers, and these are his numbers, and he's going to give us a breakdown based on his numbers. So with that being said, Ricky, again, thank you for taking the time out of your day and doing this with me, and I'll let you get to it. So this is just a settlement conversation with Ricky, and I'm going to share the screen and we'll go from there. So here on the screen, you should see a settlement. It says POD invoice request. And I'll let you go from here, Ricky. You let me know where you want me to move the cursor, or when you want me to move the page up or down.
Okay, so first, this is usually the top page, and it's kind of a quick breakdown of your scan-based stuff, right? So for all of you that go into accounts that you don't have to get checked in by your receiver, you know that you get paid on the product that gets through the registers. Now, when you do your counts and at the end of the quarter, it tells you what you sold through your registers, or what you made, and where you have in discrepancies, or as far as missing product, whether it's theft, whether it's miscounting or stuff like that. So when you look at the top page, right, first you're going to see most of us will have a loan, right, which is like an advantage first loan, right? And if you look at the 119.31, if you notice that there is no hash mark at the end, right? And what that means is that's a charge to you. Now, if you go down the next one, it says clothing advertisement, vehicle advertisement, which is if you wear a uniform that says BBU on it, or your truck is posted with BBU. And if you notice, there's a $35, and at the end, there's a hash, right? Hash mark. That means that's credited to you, right? So again, items that have no hash is a charge to you. Items that have the hash after is a credit to you. So I got charged $119, but I got back 35 for advertising, 35 for vehicle. Now, when you look further down, you see the 102, 102, 102, right? That's all getting charged back to me. $958 getting charged back to me. And then you go down, it says $96. That's getting credited to me. $96 credited to me. $1,300 credit to me. Now, what this all says is it's basically like a revolving credit limit, if you want to look at it that way, like a revolving credit card, right? So let's say you go into a Stop and Shop or a scan-based store, and you deliver $5,000 worth of product. And then when you do your inventory, you still out of that 5,000, let's say 3,000 is sold and 2,000 is left. So what happens is the next count, or not the next count, I'm sorry, the next quarter comes along after your 13-week and you count again. Well, that $2,000 that was in the market is now sold. So that money gets credited back. Now, let's say the next quarter you do $6,000 at your account and you sell $5,000. Well, then you still have $1,000 in like kind of floating until it goes through the registers. So basically that's what this is saying is all these hash marks are it's all product from last quarter or last cycle that I was charged for. So then you're getting paid on that the next full cycle or the next 13 weeks. So that's kind of what this is saying. So, 102,958 is what I get charged. But then if I look at my next settlement after the 13-week period, I should be getting that money back. And you can see how 97, 1,300, and so on and so forth, right? And then you see, so when you really look at it, that's what it again, it's just a revolving credit limit where the difference is paid, the difference that's in the market that's left still has to go through the registers in order to get paid. So that's the product you're getting charged for. Until it gets through the registers, you're not getting paid on it, if that makes sense. You're getting paid on what goes through the registers. Anything that's left on the shelf is being counted and you're getting charged for. Right. So that's why it's important to keep an accurate count, because that's where you can lose a lot of money, So if you scroll down a little further.
Hold on, real quick, before we scroll down, Ricky, I got a quick question myself.
Shoot.
You clarified everything from the promo to SBT charge. SBT customers shrink and share. Is that what you were talking? Did you say about the shrink and the share?
Oh, so it's my I was told I think it's 2%, 2% or 1% shrink is shared by the customer, to my knowledge. But anything after that, you end up getting charged for. So what happens is,
let them know what they mean by shrink. I understand, but I want you just to
so when I say so when I say shrink, I mean let's just say that in a 13-week period, 12 or let's say 10 units of bread was just, let's say, stolen, right? Well, it never made it through the registers, so you don't get paid on it, right? You did your correct counts and you already got paid for that ahead of time, right? Well, now the company wants to get paid for that product and never went through the registers. So that's considered like a shrink. Another instance would be if you bring in, if you charge your account with 50 Italian bread, right? You're going to get paid on that. But let's just say you only physically gave them 30. Well, now there's 20 loaves that's in the inventory for that account that did not go through the registers. So you're going to get charged back for that product.
Right.
So you're getting paid.
Yep.
Right. You're getting paid up front for a product that didn't go through registers yet. So some people that think that they can just charge whatever they want to their customers and get paid, you'll get paid up front. But then once that 13-week cycle comes in, that's when you start running into problems where your shrink is so high that now you could get charged back, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. and then they're going
And
to take that out, and that's where you run into a lot of these problems.
okay, and thank you so much. That's very important. And I just want to jump in, and I don't want to cut you off, but I want you to continue. For those that are interested in getting into the bread business and they look to cut corners, a lot of people think because it's scan based and you're not getting checked in the back room of a box store or a major account, you're bringing in a certain amount of product and you're saying you sold it to them, and it looks good, you're going to get paid like he said, but eventually this is how routes end up upside down, and that money flip flops eventually, and you get so far into a hole it's hard to climb out. It starts off at 100, 80, 60, then you're in the twos, three, then you're in the thousands, and before you know it, if you're mismanaging your cash and you have a truck issue and anything happens, and now you just can't recover. So I just wanted to get into that because the shrink is a very serious thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to, and just want to let that be known. So I'll scroll now, let me know
Yep.
when to stop.
Yep. So let's go
Keep
down
going.
a little further. Okay, so when it says like where it says page 2, right, and you can see customer Dollar General, ShopRite, and Stop and Shop, and
Okay,
it says shrink week 2 of 13. Okay,
hold on, I want to,
so
can you, excuse me, can you see me moving the cursor there?
yep,
Okay, I just want to, again, so people see Dollar General, ShopRite, and a Stop and Shop. That's
right.
the stores you're talking about. So go ahead.
Now, if you see shrink and it says week 2 of 13, right? Remember I said it's a 13 week is each cycle. I'll say cycle, but quarter, each 13 weeks, right? So at
Gotcha.
the end of 13 weeks is what they consider the true up. The true up is when all your information that you put in is all kind of processed, and then they figure out what went through the registers, what didn't go through the registers, what you owe the company, what the company owes you,
Hold
right?
on, real quick.
Shoot.
I just want to be clear because you're saying the quarters and everybody doesn't understand it. The reason you keep saying 13 weeks is because 13 and 13 is 26, 26 and 26 is 52. That would be the year. So the 13 weeks is the quarter. That's how they break it down. And I know it sounds um trivial or just like simple, but I just want to be clear for everyone. Thank you.
No, that's important because so keep in mind, like what I like to do is as I get closer to week 13, it's actually week 12 they do it, because week 12 is when they actually do your final counts in a
But
sense,
you'll
right?
see it on the 13th week.
So what I like to do for myself is as that week is coming closer, I like to lean back on all my product. So
Mhm.
when I do my counts, it's minimum counts, which means that I should have a minimum amount of money left in the market. So most of my product should have went through the registers, which makes it easier to track product, which makes it easier to figure out if there's a problem, right? So think of it this way. If you go into your market and you have like 10 accounts to scan and you're front to back, right? How much easier is it to mess up your numbers or your counts rather than if you're one high across the board and make accurate counts?
Right.
Follow me?
Oh, I get it.
So I would rather at the end, right? I would rather have my market in the like $6,000 or $7,000 range as far as what product is left on the shelf versus $15,000 to $16,000 worth of product left on the shelves. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense to me. And for me, I just want to throw this in. When you're talking quarterly, and me and we had this conversation in an episode a couple of weeks ago, and I stand by this because it's the way I was taught, and I do it like this all the time, and I know everyone doesn't. I do my inventory every week, every Monday, and I like that you said that part because I try to run it so that it isn't as heavy on that Monday morning.
Right.
And it's not easy to do, and it takes years to get. And I'm not bragging, but I'm pretty decent at it. This is what I can say. In the past, I've messed it up to where we had the company guy walk through, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on in here?" You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You can't anticipate a blowout weekend, and that's where I was messing up. So now I'm pretty decent with having a little bit of back stock and a decent amount on the shelf, whereas I used to either was kind of light or heavy, like you said, front to back. And I figured out that because I do it every Monday, I don't want to be in there spending an hour counting bread.
So I doing it every week is great. Um, if you do it every 2 weeks, you'll still be fine.
Right.
Um, I'm on the other spectrum where
Yeah.
I
Everybody
do it. I
habit
listen.
is
I
different.
do. I do my counts once a quarter.
Yeah, and
One
it works out
time.
fine for you, and I'm sure it's
Well,
fine.
just because I'm very adamant about product being in and being accounted for, and I have
I
a
got you.
system. And again, once I get to the last week, if I trim it down, um, very manageable, where everything's one high or easy to count, um, I find it works out pretty good. And I've never really owed, outside of owing the company. So if you look at Dollar General, right,
Yeah.
2 of 13, it says 185. That's just like a current amount that you have not sold yet. Dollars amount not sold, right?
Got
248. And then you'll notice, look at a ShopRite, right? Obviously, ShopRite's got so much more product. That's $2,683, right? But
That's product in the store that has not
that's
sold yet.
product in the store that's not sold yet. But I know I'm going to get that back in the next quarter. So if you look at the total, right? Total is looking like at week 2, $4,252, right?
Mhm.
Which seems like a lot, but it really isn't. Because you'll hit the true up, excuse me, and you'll get that money back if you do everything correctly as far as your counts, and what you're bringing in is an accurate count. What you deliver. Now, if you go down a little further, right, you have your
Well,
final load adjustment,
yeah.
your final load charge. Sorry. So for this week was 7,122, right? Then you have your return credit. That's credits brought back, right? Which is the 1,617, right? So just because you get full credit, and this is where I want to touch on, right? Just because you get full credit for returns, right? Look what it does to your bottom line, right? So that 7,000 then becomes 5,000. The 1,000, because I have to deduct $1,600 from the 71, right? Because that's your bottom. You have to deduct your returns from that number. So if my number, and that's another thing too, like sometimes when people are like, geez, how come my check was only this amount? Well, look at your return credit. If you returned a lot of credits, that comes off the top. So even if you did $15,000 worth of business, but you brought back $3,000, you're like, oh, geez, how come I didn't make any? Well, because you brought back that much more product. So you could actually have a route that, like a $8,000 route, but if you're only bringing back $300-400, you can make just as much money as a guy who's working a $15,000 route, but he's bringing back, $6,000-7,000. Does that make any sense?
It makes a whole lot of sense. I know those guys.
So then you get to your promo allowance, right?
Hold on.
Which
You need me to
is,
scroll down?
no, it's right underneath the charge net sales. So the credit allowance, that's the so when you deliver sale items, um which accounts would it be in? Like, there's certain account like Stop and Shops.
You mean like the BOGOs and the
Well,
buy one get
yeah,
one or the 299s?
it's when you're bringing. So it's when you're bringing product in at
At a
a
sale price, just at a sale
at
price.
a sale price, and they have to compensate the difference,
What do you mean
right?
compensate the difference?
Well, because you're bringing in the product at $3.99, but you're getting charged. Let's say it's a BOGO or whatever it is, right? There's going to be a difference in the price that they have to pay you on it. So, I don't know if they do that anymore. This was an older one. Like Stop.
BOGO means buy one get one. So for those that don't know, BOGO is buy one get one, and again,
Right. So your promo allowance is items that's brought in cheaper than your cost, I believe. Like, so if I pay $1 for a loaf of bread, but then I have to give it for less than that, there's that's the allowance part.
I got you. So you're saying they charge you $1, but it's on sale for 89 cents. Let's just
and you're
say
bringing it even cheaper. Well, there's a promo. So what they did to stop, so there was a big issue with that. So what they did is,
what was the issue?
so there was a lot of confusion between your promo allowance, because what would happen is, like Stop and Shop, if you bring in product, whether it's on sale or not on sale, it goes through at full price,
Gotcha.
regardless of what the sale is, right?
Gotcha.
Then what happens is they do an adjustment, because you can't charge them full price if it's on sale. And that's where you'll get, is it on here? Let me see if
You want me to scroll?
no, let me look to see. I think it would be okay. Scan base, track promotion. No, I got credited. Oh no, I did get charged. Okay. So if you go back to the first page we were looking at.
Which the one right here with
Yeah.
ShopRite?
No.
Or the total first page.
Yeah.
Okay, right here.
Yep. Now, if you go to the two last lines, it says scan track promotions.
Yep.
And then it says, yeah. So, and it says a charge of $56.
Okay, I got you right here. $56.75. Yep.
Right. They charged me for that because product went in at full price, but it should have been brought in at a sale price. So what they did is to do away with the scan track promote. Well, everything goes through the receiving area at full price at Stop and Shop. Afterwards, it gets adjusted through your settlement, and you see it here, right?
I got you. They buy it, they sell it. You're selling it to the store at full price. They make the adjustment after the settlement is done.
Exactly. So what was happening is people, like at Stop and Shop, if the sale for English muffins, right, would be buy one, get one free. What would happen is the sale starts on Friday, right? Well, back in the day, once you brought it in on Friday, Saturday, you're bringing it at sale price. But if you brought in a bunch on Thursday, it would be going in at full price.
Gotcha.
So what happened is all these stores started catching on, and they call that front loading, right?
Absolutely.
So guys were trying to make more money. So if you brought in a stack of muffins on a Thursday at Stop and Shop, you can make double. You can make, well, not double, but you make a lot more money because you're bringing it in at full price versus bringing it in at a half price the next day.
What day Stop and Shop sales start on Friday?
Correct.
Right. So yeah, I get it. And yeah, that, Mark had explained that to me early on about the front loading, and some of the guys that that aren't even in the depot anymore. That was some of the stuff they were doing.
Right. So that's why they stopped doing that, and what they did is they just did And okay, so on the opposite side, right? So guys would front load. Okay, now after the sale was done, so it's Friday to Friday. Okay, if you picked up product after that, it would be coming out at full price, not sale price, right? So then I would lose money if I brought in too much.
Right. So therein lies the part about being a good bread delivery person, because that's the trick, right? You want to have enough bread to support the sale, but not overstock the store and lose money during the sale or after the sale.
Well, now they put a stop to that with the scan back promotions. So everything goes in full price, whichever day you bring it in. It doesn't matter. So if you want to bring in a bunch on Thursday and set up all your displays on Friday, it doesn't matter because it's gonna get adjusted in your settlement. And the same thing as far as stuff taken out. So if you take out 150 muffins, it doesn't matter. It's going to be coming out at the same price
That it went in.
as it went in. So you're not going to get burned on it. So what happened is a lot of guys didn't want to get aggressive with selling, like muffins and stuff like that, because if they picked up the stuff at full price, if you're selling a muffin, buy one get one free, right? Well, now you take out one. Well, that's a cost of two, so you're losing units.
Yeah,
So if you're losing a lot of money. So guys would not be aggressive. They would order to run out. Well, the stores didn't like that. Neither did the company. So that's why this whole scan back promotion came about. All right.
got
So,
you. Let me know where you want me to go as far as scrolling back down.
yeah, scroll back down.
We were on
So now
opening balance, payment received, ending balance.
no, let's
Daily summary. Keep going.
go to it should say on the right hand side you'll see spread and it'll show a percentage sign. Yeah, no.
Back
No, I
up.
think you had it. Yeah, I think right there. I think that's it right there. But I'm gonna
Total charge net sales, charge net sales.
no, hold on. Let's me.
Credit report. Yeah. Final load charge and return credit report.
No, not that
All right,
one.
hold on. I didn't see what you were saying. I'll keep going. Hold on. Let me keep going.
It says total charge net sales, BBU USA.
This thing is long.
Yeah, dude.
Hold on. I'm still going. Still
Okay.
going.
It'll show like the items, right?
Oh
It'll
yeah,
show,
yeah. Yeah, I was on that one.
okay. And then if you go across, right, it'll show Boboli.
Hold on. Hold on. Right here it says beefsteak. This is
Final load charges. It says A channel.
These are all the products right here. This one.
Yeah,
Keto.
it doesn't have your.
Let me go back to the top where it started with the product. Right here it says it starts yeah, it
Yeah.
says
So yeah. See, you have up to cost.
this is not the one you want to see?
No, well, you're missing the spread. I think it's because
Oh, hold on. I can move over. Yeah, this sheet is all I have. This is it.
yeah.
You
Well,
see how it's the whole
yeah.
paper. Is it a different one?
No, it's the same thing. It's just my column. See, like how you have. Oh, go back up. You had cost.
Right here?
Wait, I'll scroll. Where are you?
Credit allowance, cash allowance, total.
It was.
This is the one we were on with the shop, right?
It shows. Yeah, it shows the items, right, and it showed like the first item was the Boboli.
Okay, hold on. Because I the one you're talking about was down further. Right here. Boboli. Boboli, Freihofer. This has got to be the one you're talking about.
Yeah. So if you follow that all the way across, like the Boboli, right? See where you see total, and then you see cost, right?
Yep. And then it
Well,
says, yep, cost and
well,
cost.
right. There's cost and then there's cost. Well, after that is another column that says spread. And that's
Oh,
where it shows your that's where it shows your percentage, right?
wait
So
a
like
minute. So
Mobley,
is this what? Hold on one second, because I think what you sent me might be the other one. That's so. I'm trying to see.
because I think because it's on a smaller screen, it'll condense to so much.
Hold
And then
on.
when I did it for
Yeah. Now you said that all three of the documents you send me are the same one.
oh, you know what you did? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stay right there. 625. Stay right there. I know what you know what I think they did is so if you look right underneath the Mobley,
Yep. It's underneath it.
see where it says 20,
Yep.
right? That's the spread. When I say spread, that's the percentage, right?
Yeah.
So that's the percentage I'm getting paid,
Yep.
20%. And then if you see, like, if you go across, it shows that I ordered 28 on Thursday, right?
28 on Thursday. Yep.
And then if you look at the total, right, for the week is 28, right?
Yep.
So that's so if you keep scrolling down,
Yep.
20%. Arnold, see Arnold product, 20%. Now, see where it says SL Artisano,
And it's 18%.
18%, right? And then again, if you followed across, I ordered 40 on Monday, Tuesday. So it shows you what you ordered, and then it shows you what you're getting percent on, or what you should be making off of that.
Right.
Does that make
Oh,
sense?
yeah. Now, well, this is the part of the breakdown that I think the people that were messaging me or had the question about are really more concerned with, because a lot of times people look for routes. Okay, so we're saying on this left side right here where this arrow is, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, this Sara Lee Artisano's 18% is the
Right.
percentage you get paid off of
Right.
each um,
Unit.
unit, right?
Right. Right.
Whereas right above it, the Artisano sandwich roll is 20%, right?
What's a
No, the Arnold sandwich. I'm sorry, that's the Arnold
yeah,
sandwich
yeah,
roll.
yeah, yeah. The Arnold sandwich. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Arnold sandwich roll.
Now,
Exactly. So
if you keep scrolling down,
I'm there. I'm at the
going,
keep going.
yeah, go to the next page.
Levy's.
Well, next, keep going, keep going. Okay, stop. Now, you see where it says PB Club? PB Club? That
PB
those are
Club.
restaurant items.
Plain bag club.
Club Red, right? So
Yep.
those go to my restaurant. Restaurant items, you can make 16%. That's one way business, right?
Yep.
So, and then if you go down a little further, you see
CB. What is
which is
CB?
Clover Valley, which is Dollar General bread,
Even cheaper.
12%. You see
Clover
that
Valley.
is
So
a
you could
Dollar
get
General bread.
so what you're
Private,
saying is
it's private label bread.
I know it's the private label. I just want for the listeners or for the people watching, the private label is way cheaper on a percentage, but so much more goes in because obviously it's a cheaper bread and it sells a lot more. So Dollar General, Clover Valley, 12%.
Okay. Now I'll show you a quick. If you scroll down,
Gotcha.
keep scrolling, keep going,
Yeah.
going. I mean, I could share all that also, but it just goes more
It's
to
the same.
depth.
Yep. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Let me
Scroll
know.
down, scroll down. Okay. Nope, keep going. Okay, now you see their account, Stop and Shops, Shop Right,
Right. Yep.
Stop
Big
and Shop,
Y.
keep going. And it should show me, keep going. Okay, whoa. Okay, now this is important. If you look at total charge, okay,
Okay. Total charge. I'm
now
on
go to the left, scroll left. So
88.
I want to see, no, I want to see to the right of that. So you want to zoom out.
Okay, hold on one second. I gotta go back to here. This is the whole sheet. Hold on.
No, there you go. Keep doing
Like
that.
that. Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Wait.
Is that a screenshot? Maybe that's a screenshot.
No, this is the actual document. And I'm
Okay.
just scrolling on it.
Oh,
What
well,
you emailed
well,
me.
what I'm trying to show is it'll show total charge
It says it right here. Total charge.
5,204.
Right.
Do you see that?
Let me go back. Uh, where was it? It might be on the bottom down here.
Yeah, it's towards the bottom.
Yeah, it's got to be more down here.
No,
Right
no.
here. Right here. No. It's right here. This is the one you're talking
Oh,
about. You see
yes.
it?
So total charge, right, is that first line,
Hold on. Okay. Go ahead.
right? And it says 5,204, right?
Yep.
Now, total cash, $797, right? So
Yep.
then total week is $6,000. Okay. Now, this is where things get a little not dicey, but this is where you figure out why you get smaller checks, because the cash you are getting paid up front before you get your check. So they take that out of your check, right? So if I look at my first page, right, it says charge net sales, which was 5,200,
Yep.
right? Now, according to that, right, that's
Yep.
not 100% accurate, because my actual is 6,000, because I did $797 in cash.
Right. And again, this is what we talked about this on the live last week and the week before, where guys get messed up when they have heavy cash accounts because they're
Mhm.
looking at that as money they brought in. Now you're just showing it's 797. There's guys that get thousands of dollars a week in
Oh, they
cash.
get $1,200, $1,300.
Yes.
So the 790. So when you look at the actual, I think that what was the check? 386, right? Was the check issued?
Where is it at?
Top
Hold on.
page. I know I'm
Oh,
making you flip back and forth all the
no,
way up top.
no. But this is what we're here for. So I can scroll right back to the top.
Yeah, so where it shows the final load charge plus the returns, the net sales.
Right here, 386.99.
So
386.99.
right. So your weekly net due is that's your check, right? So $65, and remember with the hash after it, that's
Mhm.
that's a credit to you because of the scan base and all the other stuff. That's how it worked out, where it gave me $65 on top, so it gave me 386. Now, if you go back down to the cash, right, I already collected $797, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
the actual real pay for that week was the 797 plus the 386. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you always want to have
1183. Sorry to cut you off. So around 1183.
right. So when you look at, oh well, you only made $386. That's not accurate. I already picked up $797 in cash.
Right. Right.
Well, so
So
if you
so so just so people understand, because we're throwing around numbers earlier in this conversation of 6,000, 7,000, 4,000, and you get to where the meat and potatoes are: buy, sell, what's sold, what didn't sell, what's missing as far as the shrink, the promos, and it all comes back to $1,183.
yeah yeah
so so I say that for this reason, and I love this conversation because we get a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'm looking at a route, and they're saying it does 22,000 a week, or it does 18,000 a week," and and when we're on here, we're like, "It sounds good, but are those the actual numbers?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
what they don't understand, even if it was doing 15,000 a week in sales, that's not what you're going to be making. I had a guy the other day, and he's trying to tell me, well, they said it makes this much, and I want to get the route and have a guy work it, and he could take 1,500 and I'll take 1,100. And I said, so you think every week that
No.
you're getting a paycheck of $2,600? That's not how it works. Or 25. So in his head, he's doing a breakdown that's unrealistic, and I'm
Yeah.
doing everything in my power to get him to understand it doesn't work like that. There are weeks where that 386 may be
Mm-hmm.
what you get,
Right.
or you may owe them 386,
But that's probably because you picked up $1,300 in cash.
which we know. And I'm just saying that so it's understood. And thank you for giving them the reason. And I was going to get to that part, and that's what it is. It's a flip flop. We always say it's just a loan. It's the Beambo loan.
It is.
So thank you so much. I love the breakdown, and
So there's
very clear.
one more thing I want to show
Where
quick.
you need me to go?
So it's page. This is important too. Unfortunately, I'm pretty good at what I do, so it doesn't
Keep
show
going
anything.
down.
So go to where it shows route product distribution. It'll show your overages and your
Oh, I got to get there.
overages and shortages.
Total cash.
Past that one. Keep going down. I'd have to see the
Returns and buyback.
no. It'll say route product distribution
All right, give
is
me one
better.
second.
Oh,
Deliveries.
is that it? No.
Got it. Right
Okay.
here.
Now you see where it says short. Go back up a little bit. There you go. See where it says
You want me here?
cost? No,
Right
a
here.
little bit right there. So
Okay.
it says route product distribution, right?
Yep.
So there's over slash short. See that column where it says over
Right here.
slash
Yep. Yep. I
short.
got the arrow on it.
Okay.
Over slash.
Right.
Yep.
Now, and then it doesn't show the extended cost one, but scroll down, keep scrolling up.
Hold on one second. I gotta go to a different. Okay. Right
There
here.
you go. Yeah. So now that short and over column, right? If you follow it and you keep scrolling up.
Okay. Let me know. You want me this way?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep scrolling. Now keep scrolling. Okay. Keep scrolling. So there's nothing in that column, right? And that's because keep going. Keep going. Okay. Now stop. Go up a little bit.
Right
Up a
here.
little bit. Yeah. Okay. Stop. Now, you see the column where it says, if you follow it all the way down, short, over, slash, right? There's nothing
Yep.
there, right?
Yep.
That means that everything that I got charged for,
Mm-hmm.
everything that I sold matched up 100%, right? So that wasn't a good example because I kind of did my job a little too well. So let's check another settlement if you can.
Okay.
Just like to the left. Return adjustments, allowances.
No. Root
This
product
right
distribution.
Here.
Okay.
Yep.
Remember
Yeah.
I talked about the short
Yep.
and the over, right?
Yep.
I want you to scroll down until you see product in that column.
Right here in the middle. Nothing. 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 There's one right here, beefsteak.
Okay. Now, if you let me go right to where that is too. So now it shows beefsteak, right? And it shows a
302.
negative. It shows a negative or a hash mark next to the number. I remember what I said. Anything that has that is a credit to you, right? Now, I have another column that says extended costs that you can't see there. Oh no, look underneath. Look all the way to the left.
Yep.
Hit that item. See where it says $3.02?
Yep.
That was actually credited to me. And what probably happened is I had one left on my truck, went through the week, it stayed on my truck, and then the next week I sold it. And then I got credit for it.
So you got charged and then you got it back.
And then I got it back because I sold it.
You sold it. You have to sell the product.
You have to sell
You
the
have to
product.
sell everything. And I had that issue last week where because today a good part of this for me, a good story is on Saturday is the end of the week and everything's finalized. I have product on the truck. So Monday we're getting charged back. And that's
So
what happened.
basically what's happening is it's going to take it out of your paycheck. You're going to make less than what you should have,
Right.
but then you're going to make it up the next week. That's
Right.
why my Saturday, my truck is empty.
Yeah. And
Truck
most
is
of the
empty.
time I try to make sure I do it. And when I miss it, it comes right back. So
Right. So when you look at that column, right, I know it's just one item. Again, I probably did my job a little too well, but sometimes, like, let's just say that you brought your credits or your returns back, and for some reason your handheld had like it shut down or something happened, right? And you thought
right, you had
that
an issue. You had
all
an
that
issue.
product, you thought it all got sent through, right? And then you look and you're like, how do I owe the company money, or why did I only make this much money? If you go to your overages and shortages, you might see all those credits right in there, except those numbers that are going to be in that column are not going to have a dash after it. It's going to be just a solid number, which means it's going to be a charge. Now, if you don't check your loads in the morning, some guys will go in, load their truck, and leave. And you had 30 Italian bread that was unaccounted for, and you sold everything that you physically had, but you still had 30 on the truck, but you don't physically have it because you were shorted or it wasn't there for whatever reason. Well, guess what? If you don't put that as missing, they're still charging you for it, and it's going to be right in that column. So that's a good tool to know whether you were charged extra product that you didn't have, whether you oversold. So that looks like that the one negative is kind of like an oversell. If like I oversold the truck by 1 unit, but they still paid me for it.
Right. No, I get it. And a lot of times that happens with the scam base. Like I've left product on the dock. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because
It
like
happened.
say like Matt right next to me left or
Yep.
right or whatever may happen, and then
But that's the first. But that's like when you get your settlement. That's usually the first place I look. If something looks off, that's the first place I look. And I've noticed before where, like your load sheet, right? I had, I think I had like an extra 14 Boboli. So I charged myself the extra 14 Boboli. But what happened was the shipper fat fingered an extra one and made it 114. But I didn't look at my final load adjustments sheet or bill that was finalized because I just assumed, he's usually on point. I assumed he was on point. And how would I ever know? Because the product wasn't in my handheld. And at the end of the week, it didn't show any missing product. But then when I looked at my check, I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm missing a lot of money. So when I went to my overages and shortages, it showed a plus of 114 Boboli. So knowing that, then I could go back and show that to the company, be like, listen, this is not, this wasn't possible. This didn't happen. And then it's you look up on the load sheet, you backtrack, find the money trail. And it was an honest mistake. And that money was credited back to me. But if you don't know, look there,
Yeah, they're trying to make you eat it.
Yeah, you're going to eat it. There's no proof.
No,
There's
Mark,
proof, but if you don't know, then you don't know. You're getting
yeah,
charged.
Mark put me onto that a long time ago. And it's funny because I would say to him, I used to come in. This is when I first started. I'm like, every morning you go grab the old lotion. He's like, you don't? I'm like, no. He's like, you have to look through and see the adjustments, what he did. Don't trust him, and not saying it in a bad way. Just don't put the
Human
money
error.
in
Come
his
on.
hands. Don't
Human
trust him.
error.
Right.
Human error.
And then and me just speeding sometimes didn't do it. And
Yep.
you gotta
Yep.
go through it. And
Yep.
it's very, very, very important. So now, that's just, again, when I give this information to people and they ask me and I'm bringing people in and I'm teaching them, and everybody thinks it's just pick the bread up, put it on the shelf. This is the part where it's tedious and it's detailed, and this is the part where the money is involved.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everything else becomes muscle memory, and this
Yep.
will too if you know what you're looking for and
Right.
how to look for it. So
Right.
yeah, so thank you so much again. I know you said you would only take a little bit of time. We're going on an hour, man, and and I know how you are. We could do this
I
for
know.
another
I know.
hour, and in all kinds of detail. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, and thank you again. I can't wait to put this video up. Again, it's Saturday. I'm putting this up today. I'm not going to edit it a lot. I'm not doctoring it. I'm just going to put a title on it, run it through, and I'm going to put this right up on YouTube. I just want people to get this information because I haven't posted something in a while, and this is a good bit of information I want to get out there because it's about the money, and everything we always talk about at the end of the day is the money. It comes down to, the money. And again, we want to help each other, help people to learn the business, but the business is about making that bread by putting up that bread. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your Saturday morning / afternoon and giving us this information, Ricky. I really appreciate it. And hopefully one of these Thursdays, you carve out some time for us and jump into live, man. It would really, really help out. You got a lot to share, and I appreciate you taking the time out.
Yeah, no worries. Anything I could do to, make somebody successful in what they're doing. Sometimes it's just not being properly trained. When you get a good opportunity and you're not properly trained, I mean, you're only good as the tools that are given to you, right? So I think that's a big thing that's lacking in this type of industry, where they just kind of throw you on a truck and be like, here you go. And it's not that quick and easy. There's just so much more to, but once you get it, it'll just click, and then you're going to want to buy another one, and then you're going to want to just, do all kinds of different things once you get it. But you have to have that foundation in order, to be able to accomplish all those other goals. So yeah, anytime, any questions, stuff like that, scenarios. I love scenarios. I love questions, just because I don't think there's a question that anybody can really stump, or it doesn't have a solution. You know what I mean? I've been through the ringer so many times that there's always a solution to every problem.
And again, I appreciate that. And I love it that there's so many different perspectives on how to solve these problems and work the bread, because you have a different perspective than the next guy and the other guy versus you or even me. And again, when it comes to doing this, I've been in the business for a little while. You guys have been really doing it. So I'm just the host. I love to sit back and listen to you guys more than myself, to be honest with you. So, I got the car. I just like to let y'all drive sometimes. Thank you so much. Good. Enjoy your day, man. Hopefully, maybe I'll see you on Monday if I get in there a little early. You laugh because you know that ain't the truth. Actually, the other day I saw you pulling off.
Yeah, early bird gets the worm, right?
Yeah, man. That's what they say. Appreciate it, man. Stay blessed. Keep stacking.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Peace.